All right, here we are, game number 2 of 3 today here from John Randall Field. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Three Borders Sports Network. Thank you for joining us here on Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner, joined by my partner here, Brian Watson, doing all the technical stuff and producing today's games here from John Randall Field in Chihinkapa Park, Wahpeton, North Dakota. Brian, we are here for game number 2, and welcome everybody to the pregame show brought to you by the Wahpeton Daily News, bringing you news and sports stories to the area. The Wahpeton Daily News. Brian, we are here for game number 2 of 3 today.
Game number 2, looking for another good one. See if Wildcats can bounce back after a tough start to game 1. See if they can get the bats going. Unable to score a run in that first game. But Dawson kind of doing everything that they needed to in that first game. Rosario did a great job on the mound, going the full distance, daring them to hit them. And then the defense doing a good job behind them. And then they had a great first game at the plate, showing their power that we had talked about.
Cortese had a home run, yep.
Bouncing a couple off the wall,
yep.
and knocking one out. So just a good, solid baseball team. We'll see how things adjust here in the second game as we get new pitching, players move around a little bit, and see how game number 2 goes.
All right, so it's 44 degrees. We started game number 1 at noon today. And it was 39 degrees, and we've warmed up a whole 5 degrees here this afternoon, Brian. The winds are still out of the north at 12 to 15 miles an hour. So there's still a little bit of a feels-like temperature of 38, and it feels like up here in the temporary press box about 15.
It's a cool wind, we'll say. It's a cool breeze.
I was out in the sunshine. You sat up here trying to take care of some producing issues and some technical issues that you took care of during the break, and I got down onto the field, and it's actually not too bad in the sunshine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just out down there on the field, you get that sun beating down on you. The players are moving around, so they're a little bit looser than we are up here. But let's see how game 2 goes, see if Wildcats can put it together in the field, see if they can tighten up a few things. They had a couple errors in that first game that allowed some runs that Dawson probably shouldn't have gotten, and see how they go on the mound here in game 2.
All right, so we're getting ready to start game 2. I'm going to quick go through the starting lineups brought to you by Thrivent and Will Ulick. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Our starting lineups. First for the Dawson Community College Buccaneers, Nathan Scragg going to lead off, second baseman. Left fielder, Nate Cortese. Dawson Cortese at first base. Seth Lucero at shortstop. Kevin Castillo, designated hitter. A.J. Kostick at third base. Brett Curran at center field. Brody Black in right field. And Tarek Toussaint, the starting catcher and the starting pitcher here for Dawson. As we have got the first pitch, I'll get to the starting pitcher, Jake Reeker. Starting pitcher for Wahpeton for NDSCS, and that first pitch brought to you by Richland IFC, innovative food crops from the rich lands of the Midwest. Richland IFC, our first pitch sponsor, and that first pitch was at 2:17 p.m. There's a ground ball, foul. So we are now started here, Brian, with game number 2, and the starting pitcher for the NDSCS Wildcats, leading in innings pitched so far for the Wildcats, is Hunter Wamry. So Hunter on the hill, ahead 0-2. There's a swing and a foul ball back, and that one might hit the roof there, buddy. That might make a whack. Oh, just missed it off the right side. So Nathan Scragg at the plate. Second baseman for the Buccaneers. Behind in the count to Hunter Wamry. Hunter, Wahpeton native. This lives down the street here a couple blocks from John Randall Field.
Nothing like walking to the ballpark.
There's a fly ball to right field and going back and over the head again just off the top of the wall. Scragg doubles. Ulick picks it up, gets it back in, but Scragg with a stand-up double off the right field wall here to lead off the top of the first.
There's that power. That's the third ball of the day off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a deep shot and right in the middle part of the wall out there. Plus 370. And Scragg standing up on second.
So that's going to bring up Nate Cortese for the Buccaneers. Looking for my stat sheet here. I had to hustle here in between, so things kind of got messed up on me here, so I'll get that back in order. So Hunter Walmery delivers, and there's fall back into the net. Excuse me, that's not Nate Cortese, that's Nate Burdett. I was thinking when I was writing in my book it didn't look right, so that's Burdett, excuse me.
Joe, you don't make many mistakes. You're allowed
I'm sorry,
one.
folks.
You're allowed one.
Nate Burdett. I had to take pictures of the lineup cards because they didn't have enough to share, so I had to take a picture, and I was doing it off my phone. Sorry, folks. Nate Burdett at the plate. Takes high ball 2. 2-1 now from Walmery. I was telling Brian there during the break, I was over at the restroom, and I ran into his grandma from Kansas City.
Making a drive up from Kansas City. You got to like that.
9-hour drive from Kansas City up here to watch her grandson play. Walmery taking a long look at second base, and the timeout is called at home plate by Burdett. So Burdett in the first game, he had a single. Actually, 2 singles. He had 2 singles and was hit by a pitch and grounded out. So he's 2 for 3 on the first game. Walmery delivers a 58-footer down in the dirt. 3-1 now to Burdett.
Just like to see the Wildcats get off to a good start here and hold Dawson scoreless here in this first inning.
Mm-hmm.
Not an easy task to do.
No. Walmery delivers and a swing and a drive to center field. Ulick going back, makes a circle, goes to his right. The wind swirling there, and Ulick makes a nice catch going off to his left, right in front of the batter's eye, out in deep center field, and the runner tags at second, goes to third is Scraggs. So a sacrifice fly there by Burdett, moves the runner to third.
Joe Ulick doing everything he can out there in center field to come down with that ball. The wind blowing a little crazy out there, and Jake doing a great job of bringing that thing in. And the runner, Scraggs, goes over to third, now 90 feet away.
So now brings up Dawson Cortese. Dangerous hitting Dawson Cortese. Came hitting into this game, into the first game, 427. And he was 2 for 3 in the first one, so you raise that average up a couple points. So well over 400. Sander, the catcher for the Wildcats, goes outside for that one. It's 2-0.
See if Walmery can keep him at bay here.
Walmery delivers. It was outside. Ball 3 now. Again, Hunter Walmery, 32 and a third innings to lead the NDSCS Wildcats. 14 strikeouts on the year so far for Hunter, with almost 4 strikeouts per 9 innings average. It's outside, ball 4. So unfortunately, Dawson Cortese, the dangerous hitting Dawson Cortese, goes to first base on a free pass, and that's going to bring up Seth Lucero now, the shortstop.
Don't know if that's all that bad if you can get the runner behind here.
So Walmery in a bit of a jam here in the first inning. Runners at the corners for the Buccaneers. So Walmery delivers call strike on the outside part of the plate. Yeah, I was down in the dugout there with Coach Kappas and assistant coach Grippentrog, and it was actually almost toasty warm inside that dugout because the back of the wall is to the wind. Walmery over to first base on the pickoff attempt. Not in time.
I was going to say, did they have the heat on down there? And they get the natural heating down there.
They get the natural heating from the brick. And then the wall separates the wind for the guys. Another pickoff move to first base. That was a quick move over there by Hunter. Alschmidt puts the tag down just a little too late. Counts 0-1 now to Lucero. 1 out. Runners at the corners for the Buccaneers. And that one gets between the wickets of Sander, and it goes back to the wall, and the pass ball allows the run to score, and moving to second base is Cortese. So Lucero at the plate. Count 1-1. As the Buccaneers take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Where's my grandson Evan? Or Wyatt. With Evan. There's a single up the middle. Coming home to score on the base hit. And hustling around in a hurry is Dawson Cortese. And a base hit RBI for Lucero. So one of those seeing eye singles there, Brian?
Yeah, Dawson Community College just kind of picking up where they left off in the first game. Able to rattle in a couple of runs here early in the first inning.
So that's going to bring up Kevin Castillo, the designated hitter for the Buccaneers, in game number 2 here from John Randall Field. Just off the plate, ball 1. Castillo hitting .404 coming into today. Doubled in the first game.
A couple 400 hitters in this lineup.
Off the plate, there's a ball 2. Grandson Wyatt up here in the press box with his mom and dad, Evan and Abby.
Give Wyatt a headset and let him.
Yeah, come on on. Come on in the air, Wyatt. Let's call a strike. Maybe someday you'll get on here with Grandpa, huh? All right. So the 2-1 pitch from Womry. Outside, tried the breaking pitch there, didn't quite work. Wolf had that breaking pitch working in the first game, Brian, but so far here, Womry struggling to get that one across.
Yeah, Wolf did a nice job with the breaking pitch into the wind, and Hunter struggling a little bit here. Sander doing a good job behind the plate there.
There's a ball 4 now, as Womry goes wide on that one. So Castillo draws the free pass. Now runners at first and second for the Buccaneers. In the first game, the Buccaneers scored 2 runs in the top of the first.
Going to have your work cut out here a little bit to try and hold them to 2.
We got a mound visit here. Coach Kappas wants to come out and talk to Hunter Womry here and try to settle his youngster down here with 1 out here in the top of the first. This mound visit brought to you by Wahpeton Drug, located on Dakota Avenue in downtown Wahpeton. Wahpeton Drug can take care of all your prescription needs, over-the-counter needs, gifts, cards, and much, much more. Stop down and see Lori, Shannon, Amy, Christy, and everybody else down at Wahpeton Drug. They're located on Dakota Avenue. Nice bunch of employees there at Wahpeton Drug that Lori has, and they're always friendly when you walk in, and they say hi, and they'll help you out with whatever you need. They got free gift wrapping too, Brian, so if you ever get it, your wife anything there, you can get free gift wrapping.
A guy like me, I need free gift wrapping, Joe.
Free gift wrapping. It's kind of chilly up here, ain't it, Wyatt? Huh? There's ball 1 there as Womry misses. Now batting is A.J. Kostick, his first time at the plate here for the Buccaneers, the third baseman. Did Wyatt go to the zoo today for his first visit? Did you go to the zoo? Wyatt made his first visit down to Chehinkapa Zoo. They opened up today here in Chehinkapa Park. That one squirts away from Sander. So the runner's now at the corners.
Science going to have to really work themselves out of a jam here and not give up too many in the first. Just a tough team to try and chase here.
Hunter Womry gets behind here now. 3 balls, no strikes to Kostick. Sander comes out to give the defensive signals here with runners at the corners now. Alschmidt holding Castillo on at first. Oh, there's my grandson.
He wants to make the call, Joe.
Yeah, he wants to get on the headset, don't you? Walmery goes outside and issues the walk to Kostick, and now the bases are full for the Buccaneers. And the walk issued by Walmery. So Hunter's struggling a little bit here for the Wildcats. Again, leading the Wildcats in pitching with 32 and a third innings. But struggling here with just one out and bases loaded now as he faces Brett Curran.
Got to settle down here, relax, just pitch and catch, and just throw it across the plate and let the rest of the Wildcats help you out.
Hunter's throwing hard for the Wildcats, but like you said, Brian, he's just got to throw strikes and let the defense work now with one out here and bases loaded. The corners are in for the Wildcats. The middle infielders are back as Walmery comes across with strike one.
Something on the ground, turn two, get yourselves out of here.
First baseman Olschmid on the grass, on the lip. Swing, and that's foul ball. Let's see if it's going to blow back fair. It stays foul and just out of reach of Isaac Loosemore. Given hustle down the third base line. Not being able to get there. And the count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Walmery looking maybe to try and help himself here and get the strikeout on Brett Curran as he's ahead in the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It'll be nice to sit him down here and get that last one and see if you can get things going early.
Walmery in the full windup and delivers. Swing and pulled foul.
A little early on that one.
Yep, count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brett Curran. Center fielder for Dawson. He's batting .438 on the year, Brian. Another 400 hitter. That one's going to find a hole between first and second for the first base hit, and the runs are going to stay. Just 1 run scores. So an RBI there for Curran on the single to right field. And a nice seeing eye single there for him.
Yeah, Curran able to just kind of place that ball right where he wanted to. Just drove it right through the hole, bringing in a run. So this Dawson team's just got.
They can hit.
They can hit the ball. You got a lot of batters up around 400, 3 or over 400.
Yeah.
And they're showing it right here today.
So Brody Black getting his first at bat here, takes strike 1. 3 runs across the plate now for the Dawson Community College Buccaneers. Hunter Walmery on the hill for the Wildcats. The 0-1 pitch. There's another fly ball to right field. Backing up a step on that line drive and coming home with it on the relay is not going to be in time. So a sacrifice fly by Brody Black. Gets the run across. And coming across to score the 4th run was Castillo.
Yeah, Black doing a good job of driving the ball out the right field and doing his job and getting the RBI on the sacrifice.
Goosen making the catch out in right field for the Cats now with 2 outs. And the number 9 hitter, Tarek Toussaint, comes up to the plate.
No holes in this.
I guess
in this lineup.
Toussaint left-handed hitting. Tarek Toussaint. He's only batted 8 times here for the Buccaneers this year, so he's hasn't seen the plate very much for the Buccaneers. Toussaint playing the catcher in game number 2. Only 8 at-bats, Brian. I'm sure they want to get him some at-bat time here for the Buccaneers.
Plenty of kids in the Dawson Community College dugout, so I'm sure there's some players that they want to get some time in here, and we'll see here with 4 games total this weekend. I'll see how that shakes out in game number 3 here.
Yeah, they got a full squad over there. Like you said, it's almost like a football team over there in that dugout. Takes high, ball 3 now. 3-1 to Toussaint. Walmery throwing a lot of pitches here in inning number 1 already. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Dawson up 4-0. And the Wild again, that one bounces off his leg and he draws the walk anyway. So Toussaint reaches and the Buccaneers have batted around. The base is loaded now again for the Buccaneers with leadoff hitter Nathan Scragg coming up. He doubled off the right center field wall in his first at bat just this inning.
a shot off the wall. Just
It was.
that thing got out there in a hurry, bounced mid-center of the wall.
Just like you said, just to the right side of the 372 mark out there. And he went standing up into second base.
Yeah, if he was able to lift that thing, it would have been an easy home run.
So Scragg with bases loaded takes strike one from Hunter Walmery. Wind still blowing out toward right field as Walmery delivers the 0-1 pitch. Is low, ball one. 1-1 now. One ball, one strike, two outs. Walmery facing Scragg with bases loaded. Hoping to get out of this jam. And that one's outside, squirts away from Sander, but he keeps it between his feet.
Yeah, Hunter's got to find his confidence here. It's kind of slowly dwindling here as the inning drags on.
And Coach Kappas, with 4 games this weekend, I'm sure would like to see some innings out of his starters.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a swing and a drive to left field for a base hit. Lands in front of Loosemore. 1 run will score, and that will be it there as Loosemore gets to throw into home plate. So an RBI single there for Scragg. Brings in another run for the Buccaneers as Kostick crossed the plate.
Scragg took that one the other way this time, going to left field. Able to drive in the run. Nice solid base hit.
That brings up Nate Burdett. Flew out to center on that circling catch by Jake Ulick out in center field with the wind blowing out there. Walmery delivers. Breaking pitch. Caught the corner. Strike one.
That was a really tough catch out there in center field by Ulick.
Yeah, it was.
A wind kind of blowing across now from left to right.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? The flag has switched a little. Walmery strike two there as Burdett swings and misses. We're at the top of the first already, and the Buccaneers with 5 runs across the plate. Hunter Walmery, the 0-2 pitch. Gets the sign from Sander and delivers. Swing, and that's fouled off. Burdett swung, and I don't know if it ricocheted off his arm or his leg. He's kind of holding his hip there a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little bit inside, and
yeah, it must have went off his thigh the way it looks.
yeah.
Steps back into the plate. Grandma from Kansas City is here watching her grandson play. Just off the corner. Good pitch by Hunter. He wanted that one, but didn't get the call. So the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch from Walmery. Fly ball to left field. Loosemore goes over. Isaac makes the catch in left field and deep left field on the fly ball, and the side is retired on the F7. So the Buccaneers in the top of the first score 5 runs on 4 hits, and they strand 3 here after 1/2 inning of play. We'll go to the bottom of the first with the Wildcats coming up to bat, and it is a 5-0 lead for the Buccaneers as we go to the bottom of the first. The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all area sports teams the best of luck this year. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the Daily News and the News Monitor. Keep up with local news, sports stories, and personal interest stories in our papers. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for more information about our e-newsletter right at your own computer. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes all of the teams the best of luck this season. Red River Communications in Abercrombie, North Dakota is a leading-edge communications cooperative offering internet service, phone, digital TV, wireless internet, and cellular services to the area. Red River Communications is excited to expand our fiber internet service to Wahpeton and Breckenridge. Notably, this will be one of the largest fiber-to-the-premises projects ever undertaken in our area. Fiber will enable us to provide the highest quality communication services within the Twin Towns. Red River Communications. All right, welcome back to John Randall Field. Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson, Three Borders Sports Network. The Buccaneers scored five runs on 4 hits, Brian, and 3 left on base, so it could have been worse, but Hunter Womry shut him down here at the end and got the out. And let's get back in the dugout and see if we can get some back now.
Yeah, Dawson kind of picking up where they left off as far as the bats go. Let's see how things go here on the mound and see if the Wildcats can get some runs scored here. Get the bats rattled a little bit and make it a good game here.
So I'm going to quick go through the starting lineup here, brought to you by Thrivent and Will Ulick, Loosemore, Deeber, Wolf, Wall, Welly, Sander, Goosen, Ulschmid, and Ulick. Your batting lineup here for the Wildcats, and I'll go through the defensive marks for the Wildcats here in a few seconds. And Jake Rieker on the hill delivers, and Loosemore swats that one to right field and coming in and over. Nice catch over in right field by Cody Black for the retiring Isaac Loosemore, F9 on the play.
Yeah, Black making a good charge in there to get that ball. Again, the wind kind of moving left to right, so not a real easy catch out there in right field, and Black able to bring it in for the first out.
So Brody Black makes the catch out in right field. It's going to bring up Ben Deeber, the second baseman for the Wildcats in this game. Ben started at short in the last game, went to third, and now he's playing second. So utility infielder for the Wildcats, and head coach Chris Kappas, assistant coach Tyler Grippentrog. Sean Repay, the head coach of the Buccaneers. Has ball 2 to Deeber. Assistant coach Robbie Laughlin, assistant coach Tyler Pollock, and Kyle Pearson. And that one's going to be fouled out of play on the first base side toward the fans sitting in the sunshine over there.
They're trying to find all the sun they can over there. Nice crowd, Joe.
It is. It's actually a nice crowd here, and as we said in game number 1, this is homecoming 2020 festivities here in 2021 as that fly ball to center, and hustling over in a hurry is Kieran, and making the catch coming over in front of him was Black. Brody Black makes the catch. He's got both outs here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, I think he had a little better look at it. All 3 of them were there. Any one of them could have taken it, but he was charging at it from the right. Ball kind of blowing back towards him, and they will make the second out.
So Alex Wolf now steps up to the plate for the Wildcats. Cats trailing 5-0 here in the bottom of the first as Rieker delivers just outside. As Brian said, the breeze pretty much blowing now from left to right. Caught the corner. 1-1 now and 2 outs. Good old baseball sounds. You hear him cheering in the background. Wolf hits the ground ball to Lucero. Over to first base, and making the catch over at first base is Cortese, and that retires the side on the 6-3 put out. So that retires the NDSCS Wildcats, and they got to come back in a hurry here. Taking the hill again is going to be Hunter Womry, and the Wildcats trail 5-0 after 1 inning of play. We'll be right back for the top of the second.
Wahpeton Drug and Gift on Dakota Avenue in Wahpeton is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. Lori Strauss and her team have over 60 years of combined pharmaceutical experience. In addition to prescription medication, you can also find all of your over-the-counter pharmaceutical needs as well. Wahpeton Drug and Gift has a huge selection of home decor, gift ideas, and always free gift wrapping. You can find something for everyone at Wahpeton Drug and Gift, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 6, and Saturdays, 9 to 2.
Yes, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back on all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
All right, welcome back to the top of the second here at John Randall Field. Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson, Three Borders Sports Network. A chilly day, but very, very sunny. We'll see. I don't see a cloud in the sky, Brian.
No, I'd take the sun, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know any better, I guess if you're watching this online, you're like, oh, it's a beautiful day for baseball.
Yeah, it looks like it would be a sunny 75-degree day in July here, but it is brisk. At game time, it was 41 degrees, I think I said. First pitch for game number 2 was at 2:17. So Wamry set to deliver to Dawson Cortese. Takes strike. Top of the second, the Buccaneers batted around in the first inning. Brought 11 hitters to the plate in the first inning. Scored 5 runs, left 3 on base.
See if Hunter can settle down here, relax, and just start putting it over the plate.
Just a little bit short on that one. So the count goes to 2-1 to Cortese. Walked in his first at bat. He homered in the first game. Also hit a triple. That one's fouled out of place. So the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just over the fans seated along the first base foul line over there. 2-2 now. Low pitch. So it's ball 3 now. The count goes full to Cortese. And the walk is drawn there by Cortese, so it's ball 4. That was low and away, so going to bring up Lucero next. He singled in his first at bat and drove in an RBI. So we're in the top of the second here, game number 2. And pulling way over to the right side here on the left-handed hitting Lucero. Out in right field was Matt Goosen. So the Wildcats are playing Lucero to pull. That one's just inside, so the count goes to ball 1, 1 strike. So Wamry set to deliver the 1-1 pitch. And that's just inside again, so the count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1. There's a drive to right field. It's hooking, foul. It lands in the right field corner, just foul at the 3:07 mark. And that'll be strike 2, so the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Lucero. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The breeze picks up here a little bit in the temporary makeshift press box we have here at John Randall Field. Again, the remodeling job going on here at John Randall. Just inside, so Wamry goes to a full count here now. So the full count pitch, Hunter Wamry delivers and a swing and a line drive single to right center by Lucero. Is going to drive, and coming home here from first base is Cortese, hustling all the way around on a strong double to right center by Lucero. Drives in Cortese from first base on the double. So Cortese doing a good job of hustling all the way around the bases. And an RBI there for Lucero, his second one on the day. And the score now goes to 6-0 in favor of Dawson Community College.
Just more runs. Just Dawson having a great day at the plate here.
That's a good hitting team, ain't they? Kevin Castillo. I'm sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
They can certainly get it done at the plate.
Designated hitter Kevin Castillo walked in his first at bat and scored in the first inning. Just inside by Wamry. 6 runs, 5 hits for Dawson here already in the top of the second. Castillo takes strike 2. Right at midsection high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Wamry ahead in the count. Castillo had a double in the first game. He was 1 for 4. There's a bouncer right back to Womry. Wheels and throws it over to first base to get the out. But moving to third base was Lucero on that play. So a good play there by Hunter Womry, knocking it down, Brian, and getting it over to Alschmidt.
Yeah, Hunter doing a good job of just batting it down there, keeping it in front of him, and making the play over the first, helping himself out to get the first out of the inning.
So A.J. Kostick comes to the plate. He walked in the first inning. Takes outside, ball 1. So 1 out here for the Cats in the top of the second. For the Cats defensively, I should say. The wind swirling kind of blows the heat around a little bit too, Brian. Every once in a while it blows more on you than it does on me.
Well, I'm okay with that, Joe.
And we got a call strike there as going around on that one was Kostick. Checked his swing, but just couldn't hold up on it, so the count goes to 2-1.
Yeah, the flag out there can't make up its mind which way it wants to blow. It's kind of shifting and...
Ooh, line drive. What a stab over at third base by Welly. Holy cow, that was almost took his glove off. What a shot.
Just a sharp shot there, and Welly able to just reach up and grab it, putting his glove in the right place. Any harder, he would have been knocked over.
Wow.
And fell back.
That line drive there was hot from Kostick, and Welly makes a stab at it there, basically protect himself. And there's a base hit in the left center, driving in the run, and that base hit was by Curran, and he's going to try and hustle into second. Gets there standing up on a base hit over the shortstop's head for a RBI double.
Just another good hit there, just right out in the left center there, bringing in the run.
He singled in his first at bat, got a double. Now he had an RBI in the first inning, and now he's got an RBI here in the second inning.
Just no easy outs on this Dawson Community College team here. The Buccaneers really good at the plate, Joe.
Brody Black comes up now, and he sacrifice flied in his first at bat. Falls that one back into the net behind home plate. Falls behind Womry now, 0-1. It's like Bryce Schmidt warming up for the Wildcats down in the bullpen. Womry delivers. Oh, and the shot just mistimed at second base by Deber. And that one's going to be runner coming home, and sliding safely into second base is Brody Black with another double for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of doubles today, Joe.
Yeah, I might have to when we take a break, I might have to go back through and count, because another double there in an RBI for Brody Black drives in Curran hustling in from second base.
Yeah, Black showing the wheels there with a slide into second there to complete that double.
So number 9 hitter Tarek Toussaint coming up. Walked in his first at bat in the first inning. Womry delivers. Check swing. Got by. Did they say that was a foul tip or not? I don't think he did he?
I don't think so. They're going to let him stay at third.
Yep. I saw the umpire shook his head, and I thought, well, that was a foul tip or something, but the runner advanced to third on the pass ball. And the count goes to 0-2 now to Toussaint. So Womry looking to shut her down here now in the second inning. Looking to get the out here to shut down the Buccaneers. Swing and a miss by Toussaint, and that'll retire Toussaint on the strikeout for Hunter Womry. So that retires the side here. But the Buccaneers score 2 more runs here on a couple of doubles here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 doubles here in the inning. And that will make the score now as we head to the bottom of the second. The Buccaneers 8, the Wildcats 0. Back after this.
Around here, every town is a sports town. And why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
Richland IFC works closely with their producers to utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity. Richland IFC is dedicated to working with their growers through relationships based on longevity and mutual benefits for all parties involved. Richland IFC and its producers utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity for food manufacturers. Richland IFC proudly supports all local sports teams. We're heading to the bottom of the second here at John Randall Field. Welcome back, everybody, to Three Borders Sports Network. I'm Joe Schreiner, joined by Brian Watson here on Three Borders Sports Network. Brian, I think we might have the technical issues figured out. You worked hard in between games to figure it out, and hopefully we got her figured out here on our new system here.
I think we got her all straightened away here, Joe.
Trying to get everything figured out. We want to thank Red River Communications for providing the service here today. And they will do so in the future. It's all temporary right now, so we're doing with temporary fixes right now here in the temporary press box at John Randall Field. As Braden Wall from Breckenridge, Minnesota steps up to the plate and takes strike one from Jake Rieker. Press box has no sidewalls and no roof. But we are sitting in there as the ball one's delivered. We're sitting in the press box.
We keep moving up, Joe. We were down in the bleachers before with no cover. Now we get a little better vantage point, and sooner or later we're going to be full tilt in a nice brand new press box.
Well, even last fall when we did some of the games for NDSCS, we sat down behind home plate there, right behind the net, behind the net, didn't we?
That's right. Yeah, we were right down there.
So, like you said, we keep moving up there as Wall swings that one. 2-2 now. Yeah, we keep moving up higher and higher, but this is about as high as we're going to get, man.
This is about as high as we're going to go. I'm not real fond of heights. I can take this, but
count goes full now to Braden Wall. Designated hitter for the Wildcats in game number 2. Played right field in the first game. As Rieker sets and delivers. Outside, Wall draws the free pass to first base, and he gets the walk.
There you go. A runner on, see if we can move him around and get him to touch a couple bases and bring in a run.
That brings up Ben Welly for the Wildcats. Welly hitting .438 for the Wildcats. Drills that one foul. Out of play.
Welly had that nice play at third.
Yes. 58 at bats, 23 hits for Welly, 7 doubles on the year. As Rieker sets and delivers. Welly falls that one off out of play over First Street. Jake Rieker. A good day on the hill here for the Cats as he goes over to first base trying to pick off Wall. Back safely. Rieker also leading the Buccaneers in innings pitched with 33 1/3. So Wamry and Rieker both leading teams, their respective teams. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3 there for Welly. Both of them leading their respective teams in innings pitched with about the same. Wamry with 32 1/3 and Rieker with 33 1/3.
Oh, Rosario looked pretty good in that first game, too, as well.
Yeah, he did.
Throwing a little bit harder than these guys.
Grant Sander coming to the plate, and Rosario did bring the heat. Didn't throw too many breaking pitches. I bet you can count his breaking pitches he threw on both hands.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yes. Grant Sander takes outside, ball 1. Rosario on the year was 28 innings pitched. Getting back in time over at first base is Wall. So Rieker delivers kind of a self-defense swing there by Sander.
Yeah, had him inside on the handle there. I don't think Sander too happy with that swing.
No. Count is 1-1 now. And one out, runner at first base is Braden Wall. Reached on a walk. That one's inside. Squirts away from Toussaint, but he does a nice job of corralling that one and keeping Braden Wall at first base. In a sunny day here at John Randall. Like Brian said earlier here, if you were looking out here and watching this from home, you'd think it was 75 degrees and a nice June day. As Sander swings through that one, and count goes 2-2.
In June, this will be nice for us, Joe, being undercover here, being in the shade. But right now, it's a little bit cooler where we are.
Mm-hmm. Two balls, two strikes from Rieker. Called strike at the knees. Sander is retired. Watching strike 3 go by. So that's strikeout number 2 for Jake Rieker. It's going to bring up right fielder Matt Goosen now for the Wildcats. Goosen batting .283 for the Wildcats. 46 at bats, 13 hits. That is a balk.
They call a balk there, yeah.
I was going to say he has to throw
motion,
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't.
So the balk allows Braden Wall to get to second base and in scoring position for the Wildcats now, as Matt Goosen looks to put that first number up on the board. So far, the Wildcats held hitless and scoreless. The drive, and that's going to be to short center field, but going back now, it's over to the second base side. Got up higher than the canopy, but making the catch was Scrag as he goes back and backpedals and falls over as the wind kind of pushed that ball a little deeper than what he probably first originally thought, Brian.
Yeah, you can see the wind kind of playing havoc with that ball. He got under it and then had to slide over and just kind of fell back and let it go into his glove there. Not an easy catch to make, and a good play for the third out there by Scrag.
So the Wildcats held hitless here in the bottom of the second, and they strand one at second base. And we go to the top of the third. Dawson Community College, 8. The NDSCS Wildcats, 0. We'll be back for the top of the third right after this. Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
What matters is you finding the right college for yourself. And so I transferred to NDSCS. I love the fact that people are always nice to you and you make a lot of great friends. My name is Dawafi and I am here for my future.
All right, we are back here at John Randall Field, and we've got a new pitcher for the NDSCS Wildcats. It's another Wapita native here, and I mentioned earlier that Hunter Wamry grew up about 2 or 3 blocks here from John Randall Field, and this young man, Bryce Schmidt, now pitching for the NDSCS Wildcats, lives right across the street here, right across First Street, and you could probably throw the ball and hit his front yard pretty easily.
How about that, Joe? Playing college baseball right across the street from where you grew up. That's kind of a nice deal there for Bryce.
Bryce played over at Minnesota State. What do they call it? Minnesota State Technical, and I forget, MSCTC right now. Isn't that what they call it over there, Fergus?
Yeah,
Fergus Community College. Anyway,
I'm going to take your word for that.
M State over in Fergus. He played there last year and transferred over here to NDSCS. Once NDSCS announced the program, Bryce was excited to come over here and play for the Wildcats. And like Brian said, just right across the street. So it's pretty cool. Bryce has spent a lot of time here through his Babe Ruth and high school career, and he helped coach a Babe Ruth team a couple of years ago, and spends a lot of time at beautiful John Randall Field, and now he's got a chance to take the hill here as we start off the top of the third. And leading off here in the top of the third is the leadoff hitter, and that's Nathan Scragg, and he is 2 for 2 with a double and a single so far. As Bryce Schmidt falls behind now in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. The right-hander delivers, just low and away, ball 2. So Bryce Schmidt looking to deliver the 2-0 pitch. That's low, ball 3 now. So Bryce gets behind in the count.
Be nice for Bryce to get this first one here.
Yeah, both innings so far here, the first 2 innings, the leadoff hitter has reached base. There he comes across the plate with strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. To the leadoff hitter, Nathan Scragg, 1 for 2 on the day, a double and a single. He scored once. The breaking pitch gets away from Bryce. Rolls over toward the dugout. Scragg makes a big turn at first, but holds up there.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those today, Joe. And you gotta keep it clean against a good team, and just had a couple of miscues here for the Wildcats that have helped Dawson out.
Bryce likes to throw the breaking pitch, and with that wind blowing, we saw how it worked for Wolf in the first game. Bryce trying to make that breaking pitch work for him. Swing, and there's a ground ball. The runner was taken off from first, and a long throw from Welly over to Alschmidt at first base for the out. So a nice play there from Ben Welly.
Yeah, Welly doing a good job at third there, making a long throw as far as you can be. He's right on the bag there, able to make that throw. Dawson had to hit and run on, so no chance at second.
Correct.
And getting the easy out there at first.
So Scragg took off on the pitch and got into second very easily. Welly's only play was to go to first, and that's going to bring up Dawson Cortese. He's walked twice so far in this game and scored twice. And we know what he can do if he puts the bat on the ball. That one squirts away from center. He's got to play at third. The play down at third, not in time. Sliding in just in time there was Scragg on the throw down from Sander. Yep. And, well, he put the tag down, but just not in time.
Yeah, Sander just couldn't find the ball fast enough there. Once he got it, made a decent play there, but just a hair late.
Pitch was in the dirt and squirted away from Sander on that one, and just couldn't quite get it there. So now with 1 out here and a run 90 feet away as Dawson Cortese faces Bryce Schmidt, and that one is tagged to deep center field. Going back is Ulick, and that one's just going to go bye-bye. So Cortese with his second home run on the day drives in a run and himself for 2 more RBI for Dawson Cortese.
Cortese showing the power there.
Wow.
And just sending it to the deepest part of the park.
Yeah, that cleared the batter's eye, and it wasn't over the batter's eye, but it would have cleared the batter's eye had it been.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that ball out in the football field.
Yeah, that's almost on its way to the river.
Yeah.
As Cortese tagged that one. That was a no-doubter there. Jake kind of turned around and jogged back and said, that's long gone in center field.
Yeah, and that ball didn't get much help from the wind. The wind's kind of blowing left to right, maybe in a tish bit in, and all the power shown there on that at-bat.
So Schmidt gives up the home run to Cortese for 2 RBI. 2 runs here in the top of the third for the Buccaneers. And Lucero comes to the plate now. He's got a single and a double on the day so far for the Buccaneers. Got to look and see how many home runs that is for Cortese here. As Schmidt delivers the 0-1 pitch inside, ball 1, 1-1. That makes home run number 9 for Dawson Cortese. If their stat sheet is up to date, he had number 8 in the first game and number 9 in the second game.
That won't be his last, I'll tell you that, Joe.
No, I think that young man can hit a few more through the year. And the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Seth Lucero. Bryce Schmidt delivers the 1-2 pitch. Outside, Sanders scoops it up. And the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Both teams in black and red. Just a little bit different combination of the black and red. That one's inside. Ball 3. The count's full. Buccaneers with black jerseys, gray pants with red trim on their jerseys, and the Wildcats with red jerseys, black pants, and black and white trim on their jerseys.
Had to do a double take when I first got here to make sure I was looking at the right team.
That one's driven out to center field. Looks like Jake has got to go back a little bit, heading toward the track, and makes a catch right on the warning track at the 372 mark. So another deep drive by the Buccaneers, but Jake Ulick tracks that one down for the out.
Yeah, good job there just getting under that thing. There's no easy fly balls right now with the way that the wind's changing, the wind blowing out now.
It's crazy, Brian.
So that one carried a little bit right back to the warning track, and Jake able to bring that one in.
Kevin Castillo at the plate. Takes outside, ball 1. Castillo so far on the day, he's 0 for 1. He walked in the first and scored, and then in the second inning, he grounded out to Hunter Wamry on the 1-3 putout. So Castillo 0 for 1 here in game number 2. Schmidt comes up high with 2-0 now is the count with 2 outs. Nobody on base. Now the wind blowing pretty much straight out to center field again, Brian.
Yeah, it just keeps changing, almost every at bat here.
There's a drive, and that's popped up in the infield. Coming over for that one is Wolf and makes the catch kind of sort of behind second base, and Castillo is retired on the fly ball to shortstop. But before that happens, the Buccaneers score 2 runs on a home run there by Dawson Cortese. The score going to the bottom of the third. It's 10-0 in favor of the Buccaneers, and we'll be right back with the bottom of the third right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Around here, every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
Wahpeton Drug and Gift on Dakota Avenue in Wahpeton is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. Lori Strauss and her team have over 60 years of combined pharmaceutical experience. In addition to prescription medication, you can also find all of your over-the-counter pharmaceutical needs as well. Wahpeton Drug and Gift has a huge selection of home decor, gift ideas, and always free gift wrapping. You can find something for everyone at Wahpeton Drug and Gift, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 6, and Saturdays, 9 to 2.
All right, welcome back to John Randall Field, Three Borders Sports Network. Joe Schreiner alongside Brian Watson here as we go to the bottom of the third, and the Wildcats trailing 10-0 behind the Buccaneers. Leading off for the Wildcats here is going to be Miles Ulschmid, the first baseman for the Wildcats, and he swings and drives one to the left field side and going back and coming in, and I don't see who made the catch. Did they make the catch?
Falls on the ground there.
It was behind the pole there, Brian, so I had a blind spot here, and I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, just the wind again playing games with the outfield there, Joe, and you had 3 converging there, and left fielder just not able to get under and lost it at the last second as the wind shifted it. And Science going business here with a double of their own to start out the inning.
So that double out there by Miles Ulschmid brings up Jake Ulick. And the speedster likes to bunt, we know. We'll see what he does if he tries to move the runner up or if he tries to get on base with his base hit of his own. He fouls that one back over the first base side. So quick pit stop here, Brian. I had to quick change the gas in my little deer stand heater. Now we got heat again.
You take all the time you need with that, Joe.
So Ulick, the 0-1 pitch, squirts down between the legs, but not going anywhere at second base is Miles Ulschmid. Yeah, that feels better. If we got to call a game here tomorrow, Brian, I think I'm going to make a complete box here so we've got some sort of way to keep the heat in. It's going to be cold tomorrow.
I'll be in my snowmobile suit,
There's
Joe.
a little dribbler to third base. Kostick picks it up, makes a nice play at first base on the putout at first base. And it is a putout there as Cortese had to come off the bag and tags Ulick. But moving over to third base for the Wildcats is Olschmidt. And Ulick is retired on the 5-3. Nice play there at first base by Cortese.
I don't know if he kind of hurt himself there as he came off the
Yeah,
bag.
he looks like he's kind of holding his hip there, didn't he?
Ran in the runner there pretty hard.
It's going to bring up Isaac Loosemore for the Wildcats. Isaac 0 for 1 so far in game number 2. Flew out to right field in his first at bat. Rieker delivers. Lucy drives it hard to third base. Kostick with another play comes up throwing, and he goes a little bit too high, and it scoots away from Cortese at first base. So a nice play by Kostick, but he just came up, fired up too high. Cortese couldn't reach it in the air on the throw.
Yeah, just a little bit high there for Cortese. Almost able to get it just out of his reach. And Dawson with a little miscue of their own in jeopardy giving up their first run of the day here.
That was a smash over to third base by Lucy. So now Lucy with some speed at first base. We'll see if Coach Kappas starts anything in progress here, trailing 10-0 in the bottom of the third as Ben Deeber comes to the plate.
Only one out here, Joe.
Call strike at the knees on Deeber. Had to do that gas can change on my heater, and I lost my papers. Rieker delivers, and it's going to be a base hit out in right field for Deeber. And holding at second base is Loosemore, and with a base hit, single, RBI, scoring. Ben Deeber gets the RBI for the Cats as Olschmidt comes across the plate off of his double.
Is Deeber doing a good job of working that ball out there to right field and scoring the run, getting the RBI. And Science School on the board for the first time today.
Yes.
And also getting out of that 10-run rule here.
That's going to bring up Alex Wolf, third baseman. Walked in his first at bat and hit a liner to third in his second at bat. Well, he snagged that one out of the air just above his head. It was a shot down the third baseline, and Welly made a nice play, and there's a breaking pitch there by Bryce Schmidt for ball one. Top of the fourth, it's 10-3 in favor of the Buccaneers. The Cats come back and scored 3 here in the bottom of the third. And Schmidt delivers strike one. So the count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike to the right-handed hitting A.J. Kostick, third baseman for the Buccaneers. Schmidt delivers a little bit high. Ball 2, 2-1 now. So a 2-1 pitch, breaking pitch, and the umpire come up. I thought he was going to call that one a strike. He did not, so it's 3-1 now. So the umpire, I think, was kind of fooled on that one himself on the breaking pitch. So the count now, 3 balls, 1 strike to Bryce Schmidt. Or not to Bryce Schmidt. Bryce Schmidt delivers the 3-1 pitch, and it goes high. And A.J. Kostick draws another walk. He reached on a walk in his first at bat, and now reaches on a walk here in the 4th inning.
Just in on the handle there, Joe, and just got to settle down, throw strikes. You got a couple runs to get yourself back in it here a little bit, and give yourself a little bit of room that, to kind of let Dawson know that you can score some runs. Just got to get outs now.
Curran drives that one to right field. If that stays fair, it's gone. And it did. It stayed inside the foul pole, or the fair pole as it should be called, for a home run over the right field wall. And he drove that hard. It was well past the 307 mark for Brett Curran with a home run.
Yeah, he got a little help from the wind, too, as well, going left to right, and able to just drive that one right out of the park, right over the 307 mark. But that's well past 307 there.
That's 4 RBI for the young man today here for the center fielder for the Buccaneers. And The Buccaneers come back and get 2 right back from the Wildcats and now lead 12-3. So the Wildcats, like you said, Brian, in the bottom of the third, scored 3 runs trying to answer, but now the Buccaneers come back and said, well, here, we got this for you.
Yeah, they just have all the pieces here right now today, Joe. They just have it working.
Yep.
And, we had talked a little bit about their power and how well they do at the plate, but sometimes you hear about things and you watch it and you go, well, maybe, but no, it's the real deal.
Kerr, and that was his 7th home run. He had 6 on the year coming into today, and now he just hit his 7th. And RBIs, he's got about 37 right now unofficially here for the Buccaneers.
He certainly let that one have it, that's for sure.
So like you said, the Buccaneers are a good hitting team, buddy. My goodness. So Brody Black at the plate right now. He doubled in his last at bat. Swing and a miss there, and count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes now with nobody out. Brody Black at the plate. Sacrificed and got an RBI on a sacrifice fly in the first inning. Takes low outside. So the count goes full now to Brody Black. Again, with 4 games on the schedule for the weekend, 3 games today. We got one more coming up after this one, Brian. You going to stay warm enough and keep it in there for me?
We're going to have to.
Oh, there's a drive deep center. That Ulick going back, and that one is gone. Wow. 3rd home run of the game by the Buccaneers and a home run by Brody Black. Makes the score now 13-3.
And then that ball driven to the deepest part of the park. Another one out there on the football field.
Yep.
Black just drove that one home.
My goodness. Again, that was well over the 369 mark out in left center field. And another home run here for the Buccaneers. 2 in a row, as they say, back to back.
Back to back jacks.
There you go.
Is what that would be, Joe.
All right, that brings up Tarek Toussaint. Struck out and walked so far, and now he's hit by a pitch. So everything's happening here.
Yeah, after having a good inning at the plate, now he kind of having a difficult time here to start out the inning, and just sort of nothing going right here.
Yeah, you don't want to do that to the number 9 hitter, and gonna try and get that guy to at least hit the ball. And going into courtesy run, we got a courtesy runner at first base, and when I see his number, I'll let you know. There's a swing and a drive to left field, and Loosemore charging in and makes the catch in shallow left field right along the line, and that retires Nathan Scragg on the fly ball to left field.
Isaac doing a good job of chasing that one down over there, right on the line, able to make that out.
It's going to bring up Nate Burdett, left fielder. Flew to center, flew to left, and ground balled out to Welly at third in his last at bat. So far in game number 2, he's 0 for 3. Schmidt delivers, and there's another ground ball, just foul. Burdett come into the game today hitting .303.
Yeah, just out in front of that one a little bit.
Had 2 singles in game 1. Scored 3 times. Falls behind to Bryce Schmidt now. No balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Breaking pitch by Schmidt goes outside, and the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Brody Black, let's see if he's had any home runs. That was his 4th home run of the year.
Just a ton of power there, Joe.
Man, there's another drive to deep left, and that one could be gone. And it is gone over the left field wall for a home run for Nate Burdett. So 3 home runs in the inning, and Burdett with a couple more RBI here. That's his 4th RBI of the day as he drives into Sant. And he was pitch run for. I'll see if I can grab that number of the pinch runner for Toussaint. And that was number 19, Ryan Sylvester, scored on the home run there by Burdett.
Yeah, that one right in Burdett's wheelhouse.
Boy, he turned on that one in a hurry, didn't he? And Loosemore didn't have much of a chance to even watch that one go by.
No, he just took a couple steps and said, we'll see you later.
So 5 runs here in the top of the 4th for Dawson Community College as Bryce Schmidt delivers a breaking pitch for a ball to Cortese, another guy that can hit a home run. 3 home runs here in the 4th inning for 5 runs so far. Cortese takes just inside, ball 2. Again, Cortese with a couple of home runs on the day. He had 1 in the first game, 1 in the second game.
Inside.
Get him? Yep. Just hit him on the arm, so that's a free pass there for Cortese on the hit by pitch. And coming to the plate now is Seth Lucero. Got a single and a double on the day. He's 2 for 3 with a fly ball to center field, and Jake Ulick.
Probably going to see some activity here in the bullpen. 23.
23? Yeah. And there's another drive to right field. My goodness, we just saw another home run. So the Buccaneers coming alive here on the home run by Lucero, and he drives in 2 runs. So at first base, Cortese gets an easy run and an easy jog into home plate on the home run by Seth Lucero. That makes 4 home runs in this inning for the Buccaneers and 4 RBIs for Lucero on the day here in Game 2.
You know, we heard that they could hit the ball, but, Joe,
wow,
they can hit the ball.
They can hit the ball.
Yeah.
As this mound visit.
Oh, sorry, turning in a bit of batting practice here in the second game.
Well, I guess. And this mound visit brought to you by Wahpeton Drug, located on Dakota Avenue in downtown Wahpeton. Wahpeton Drug can take care of your prescription needs, over-the-counter needs, gifts, cards, and much, much more. Stop down and see Lori, Shannon, Amy Christie, and everybody else at Wahpeton Drug in downtown Wahpeton, right on Dakota Avenue. Great people in there, and they do gift wrapping is free. So if you get in there and get a gift for your special person in your life, they will gift wrap it at no charge. Stop down and see everybody down at Wahpeton Drug as Coach Kappas makes his way back in. Stepping up to the plate, the 9th hitter of the inning, I should say, not the number 9 hitter. The 5th hitter for the Buccaneers is Kevin Castillo.
One out here. Just gotta forget about everything that's happened in front of you here, and just go to work, throw strikes, see if they can keep it on the ground. Let the defense help you out, but you can't worry about anything that's already happened. That's past you, and you just gotta look straight ahead.
Still just 1 out on the board, Brian, for the Buccaneers. They've plated 7 runs here already in the top of the 4th. I'm going to sneeze here on you, buddy. I'm going to go quiet for a second.
That ball hit straight in the air. Charging in there is Ulick, able to make the catch there in short center field. Great play there. Again, the wind just doing a number there on anything that's hitting the air, and Ulick able to get underneath that one and make the play for the second out.
So F8 on the second out. And the Buccaneers have batted around here with Kostick leading it off here with a walk. The first hitter here in the top of the 4th as Schmidt retires Castillo on the fly ball. Thanks for covering me for me, Brian. I thought I was going to sneeze there, but there Schmidt gets the breaking pitch across.
Like to get himself out of the inning here. And like
Kai Caribou's down in the bullpen warming up. Sorry, buddy. Stepped on you there.
No, it's fine.
Schmidt with the 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch called strike 2 with 2 outs. So Schmidt finally getting that breaking pitch to work here into the wind. Bryce likes to throw that curveball. See if he comes back on the 0-2 pitch with another curveball. And he did, and got the Swinging, A.J. Kostick retired on strikes. So that'll be the end of the 4th inning. And retired on strikes was A.J. Kostick. So that's going to be 7 runs here. And we witnessed 4 home runs here in the 4th inning by the Buccaneers. And they take the lead back 17-3 here as we go to the bottom of the 4th from John Randall Field on Three Borders Sports Network. Richland IFC works closely with their producers to utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity. Richland IFC is dedicated to working with their growers through relationships based on longevity and mutual benefits for all parties involved. Richland IFC and its producers utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity for food manufacturers. Richland IFC proudly supports all local sports teams.
I think what matters is you finding the right college for yourself. And so I transferred to NDSCS. I love the fact that people are always nice to you and you make a lot of great friends. My name is Dawafi and I am here for my future.
Welcome back to chilly John Randall Field here in Wahpeton, North Dakota, but it's sunny out. So it's a nice day here at John Randall. It's still a little chilly for baseball, but we are back. The Buccaneers lead the Wildcats 17-3 here as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Well, Brian, if it makes you feel any better, we're at 45 degrees now.
Stop looking, Joe. Just stop looking.
Winds are out of the north-northwest at 11 miles an hour. So, again, the winds have not let up here at John Randall. But we are in a sun-drenched John Randall Field. And we are not in the sun here in our temporary press box. We're in the shade, and the wind swirls around us.
We have a sunroof right now, too.
A new pitcher for the Buccaneers, JoJo Schultz, delivers ball 1 to Grant Sander. JoJo Schultz, there's a baseball name for you.
Look at that. JoJo, bringing the mojo.
There you go. Strike 1 on a swing and a miss there by Sanders. Sanders struck out in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. Takes outside, ball 2. 2-1 now to Grant Sander. Concession stand closed here at John Randall Field today. The restrooms are closed as well. The water is not turned on here, so they have to go across the street to the chalet over there. A little bit of a walk to get there, but
on a day like today, a little brisk walk
will
warm you up a little bit. It'll help you out.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Buccaneers warming somebody up in the bullpen out in right field. As JoJo Schultz gets a strikeout here on a swinging miss by Grant Sander. And that is the first out here in the bottom of the 4th.
And that breaking ball was going to miss. And just on the outside, on the inside there.
Brings up the right fielder, Matt Goosen. Flew out to second base in his first at bat. Pitch outside, ball. I don't know if my binoculars will even pick it up out there, Brian, to see who that is out there for the Buccaneers. See if we can find a number.
My eyes don't reach that far.
Strike. Can't tell. 1 ball, 1 strike to Matt Goosen. 1 out as JoJo Schultz delivers strike 2 on a swing and a miss by Goosen. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Buccaneers lead 17-3. 17 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Buccaneers.
12.
Number 12, okay. And there's a pop fly again behind second base. This time not coming in, or not going out, I should say. And charging in to field that one was Brody Black for the retirement of Matt Goosen.
Black almost overran that one again. Wind blowing it back towards him.
What'd you say the number was?
12.
You don't have a 12.
Nope. Maybe I'm making it up, Joe. Pretty sure it was 12.
Well, we are quite a ways away. That brings up number 12 for the Wildcats, Miles Olschmidt, to the plate, swing and a miss, strike one. Olschmidt doubled and scored in the third inning for the Wildcats. As JoJo Schultz delivers strike two on the outer half of the plate and gets ahead in the count 0-2 now. And the pitch, breaking pitch, goes way outside. Toussaint couldn't hang on to that one, so it's count now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Yeah, that's 12, I think.
Okay, well then I don't have a 12 on my.
We'll make something up, Joe.
All right. There's a swing and a miss, and a nice pitch there by JoJo Schultz. Retires the side, 1-2-3. And the Buccaneers go to the top of the fifth with a lead, 17-3 here at John Randall Field, and we'll be right back after these messages right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Around here, every town is a sports town, and why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids, to get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead, and why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck. My scorebook looks rather busy here, Brian, on the Buccaneers side. There's a lot of coloring marks in there. And it is 17-3 with a lot of home runs here by the Buccaneers. They had 4 home runs in the top of the fourth, and they're looking to add to it as they come up here now. And it looks like we're getting some pinch hitters here as the Buccaneers lead 17-3. And Ian Velasquez comes up now for the Buccaneers. Velasquez pinch hitting here, or maybe he was in defensively, I don't know. But we'll put him in here as the center fielder for now. As Velasquez faces Bryce Schmidt, who came back out for the Wildcats. To lead off the top of the fifth, Velasquez takes strike. So it's 1-1 now as Bryce Schmidt delivers the strike. And look at that roster there, Brian. There's a lot of names on that roster.
Oh, wow.
And they didn't bring about 12 guys. There's a lot of guys down there. So the roster is full as that one just misses the plate there. So Schmidt goes behind in the count to Velasquez. 2-1. On deck is Brody Black and Tarek Toussaint after him. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So the count now goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still saying it's 12?
That's what I can see.
Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't have a number 12 in the roster, though, but there's a swing and a miss, and Schmidt gets the strikeout. So Velasquez comes in and strikes out here for the first out for the Buccaneers, and that's going to bring up the right fielder Brody Black. He's doubled, homered, and sacrifice flies. So he's 2 for 2 on the day, and Brody Black with 2 RBI. Schmidt delivers a breaking pitch, called strike.
I'll just got to keep throwing.
Bryce he likes that breaking pitch. And I've had that conversation with him before. And that one gets away from him there as he threw that one too far inside and hit Brody Black in the left hip. he likes to throw that breaking pitch. When he starts throwing it for strikes, he'll keep going back to it. And that time he went back to it, and that time he hit the hitter.
Yeah, just left it out there, hung out a little bit too much. And, your fingers or hands are getting cold. You're not used to, you're not able to do some of the things that you're normally able to do. We know he's a good pitcher and can throw that pitch, but just struggling a little bit here today.
So Toussaint comes up for his fourth time at the plate today. He was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat and scored. He actually had a pinch runner that scored for him, and he struck out in the second inning and walked in the first. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first base is Brody Black. 17-3 lead here in the top of the 5th. The 1-1 pitch from Schmidt. Outside. Sander tried to frame that one there, but couldn't get the call. "17 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Buccaneers. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Wildcats. And the 2-1 pitch is low for ball 3. So Toussaint looking to get to first base for the 3rd time today. Swing and a miss on strike 2, and the count goes full now to Tariq Toussaint.
Be nice for Bryce to get this one here.
Would be good for the Wildcats here to retire Toussaint, the number 9 hitter. And that one's inside, ball 4 to Toussaint, and he gets another free pass. That's his second one of the day. And we'll see if they bring in a courtesy runner. They do. And I think that's number 4, and that would be Braden Hutton. So Braden Hutton goes over to run for Toussaint at first base. So the courtesy runner for the catcher brings up pinch hitter number 19, and that is Ryan Sylvester. He was a courtesy runner last time, and now he's going to get a chance to bat. So Ryan Sylvester comes to the plate.
Going through a lot of names on that roster, Joe.
Yeah, I know. It's my coloring book is full of black. It's just a lot of marks in there. So Ryan Sylvester at the plate. Takes outside, ball 1. We're in game number 2 here. We got a triple header from John Randall Field today between the Buccaneers and the Wildcats. Schmidt delivers, and that's driven down the left field line. It's fair. It's going to land in there for at least a single, and everybody's moving up 2 bases. As scoring on that one is going to be Brody Black from second. Moving to third is Toussaint's courtesy runner over there was Hutton. And now Ryan Sylvester with a pinch hit double drives in a run and an RBI.
Sylvester doing a good job of just driving that ball right down the line. Again, kind of in his wheelhouse there, and able to stand up at second for the double.
And it looks like we got another mound visit by head coach Chris Kappas. This mound visit brought to you by Wahpeton Drug, located on Dakota Avenue in downtown Wahpeton. Don't forget that Wahpeton Drug can take care of all your prescription needs, your over-the-counter needs, gifts, cards, and much, much more. See Lori, Shannon, Amy Christie, and everybody else at Wahpeton Drug in downtown Wahpeton. And Coach Watson makes a pitching change. Coach Watson, how did I say that?
What happened there?
I was thinking of you, buddy.
Wow.
Coach Kappas decides to make a pitching change and brings in Kai Caribou. So Kai comes in for the Wildcats here to pitch in the top of the 5th. And they haven't put the run up on the board yet for the Buccaneers, but they have got 18 runs across the plate here so far. And we have only got 1 out in the 5th inning. So let's see if I can find some stats here on Kai Caribou as he comes in for the Wildcats. And Kai has pitched 2 1/3 innings so far here for the Cats, giving up a couple of hits. So Kai Caribou going to get some time on the hill for the Wildcats here as we are in the top of the 5th. Want to thank the folks from Dawson Community College, the fans watching. I know coaches came up here and asked us where they could find you. They were going to put it on their social media. And if you're out there watching from Dawson Community College, thank you for tuning in to Three Borders Sports Network. And our local fans, of course, too, for NDSCS and Wahpeton area fans. Of course, all their family and friends of all the players out there watching, too. We want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching Three Borders Sports Network. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Brian, tell them how to do it.
They can just go to our YouTube page, or as you're watching this game today, you can click on the subscribe button, and then also click on the bell icon, and you'll get notified for whenever our events go live.
And it's free of charge.
Never miss an event.
And it's free of charge. We got a Wednesday night coaches show we do. Got a busy week coming up this week, too, there, man.
We're full until next weekend, Joe. Almost every night of the week here.
Chris Louie checks in for pinch hitting, and Caribou delivers high, ball one. Chris Louie at the plate. Runner at second base is Sylvester. That comes up high by Caribou. So runner at third base. Sylvester at second base. Hutton at third. That one's Zola in the dirt, and it's going to bounce away, and the runners hold. Not far enough away. But then when you're up 18-3, you don't need to keep adding it on, I guess.
No, you got plenty, I think, here.
Take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Head coach of the Buccaneers, Sean Repay. Head assistant coach, Robbie Laughlin. Assistant coach, Tyler Pollock and Kyle Pearson. And that's high ball four. So Chris Louie comes in, draws the walk, and the bases are juiced.
Yeah, you've just got to get it over the plate. Let him swing the bat, and we'll see what happens. We just got to relax and throw strikes.
And Logan Ammerman comes in now, and another pinch hitter for the hard-hitting Dawson Cortese. But Ammerman comes in now here with one out, facing Kai Caribou, and the bases are loaded. And Caribou gets call strike. Logan Ammerman at the plate. Caribou delivers the 0-1 pitch inside. Good stop by Sander. One run across, but the Buccaneers threatening here with bases loaded in the top of the fifth. Caribou faces Ammerman, delivers, calls strike at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded for the Buccaneers. Caribou delivers way outside, gets off the end of the mitt from Sander, gets away from Sander. Hutton comes across to score, and that'll be a pass ball, or excuse me, a wild pitch on Caribou, and the run scores, and the other 2 runners advance.
Yeah, another miscue by the Wildcats there, and Dawson able to add a little padding on their lead.
So run number 19 across for Dawson, as Caribou delivers a 2-2 pitch. And that one's outside and gets away, and everybody's going to advance 90 feet again. So another run scores here on another wild pitch by Caribou. So a couple of wild pitches not working out here for the Cats. 2 more runs come across, and another run 90 feet away. Football score on the board, 20-3.
Somebody's going to need a first down here pretty soon.
Ball outside as Ammerman draws the walk from Caribou. So runners at the corners for the Buccaneers. Looks like we got another pinch hitter here for the number 2 is Dawson Barson. Folks, don't ask me where all these guys are going to go here defensively. It's going to be hard to keep track here. That was driven out to right center. That might drop, and it does. Drop in for a base hit. We got 1 run across and 2 runs across with a stand-up double by the pinch-hitting Dawson Barson. with a pinch hit double, drives in a couple of runs. One run. Just one run.
Just hit that right in the gap there in right center.
Yeah, I forgot that the bases weren't loaded. There was runners at the corners there as Dawson Barson gets an RBI. Tried to give him more RBI than he was credited for. So a pinch hit double by Dawson Barson. Drives in one, and the runner's now at second and third. Caribou delivers. And I didn't see the number here. It is number 44. So that is Ty Jurkovic. Takes a strike, so the count even now 1-1 to Ty Jurkovic. Pinch hitting here in the top of the fifth. Even when they bring in the pinch hitters, they're hitting the ball, Brian.
This team can hit, Joe.
That one squirts away from Sander. Not far enough for the run to come in. I think the coach was holding him up anyway. It's 21-3. As Caribou delivers and his hat falls off into the wind. And the count goes 3-1 strike for Jurkovic. And due up next is A.J. Kostick, and I see him in the on-deck circle, so it looks like running out of pinch hitters for now. 3-1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike two, so the count goes full now on Jurkovic. 3-2, one out. That one's inside, ball four. So the Wildcats really struggling on the hill today, Brian, as the bases are now loaded for the Buccaneers, as this mound visit now brought to you by Wahpeton Drug. Wahpeton Drug's mound visit located on Dakota Avenue, Wahpeton. Wahpeton Drug can take care of your prescription needs, counter needs, gifts, cards, and much, much more. Free gift wrapping. See Lori, Shannon, Amy, Christie, and everybody down at Wahpeton Drug right on Dakota Avenue, downtown Wahpeton, as Jake Ulick comes jogging in from center field. He's going to replace Kai Caribou, and he's going to come into a tight spot here, Brian, as bases are loaded for the Buccaneers, as Jake Ulick comes jogging in.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one here. I think Coach Kapp is probably going through a few more pitchers here halfway through the second game than he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you've got three on the slate.
And another one possibly tomorrow.
And another one tomorrow. You want to get everything that you can out of each pitcher. And struggling a little bit on the hill.
So a tough spot here for the Wildcats pitching squad. Looks like Loosemore is going to move to center. And I'm trying to... Yep, center fielder goes the pitcher. And then I think Isaac Wohlers come in to play left field for the Wildcats out in left field, I think. I think that was the move there. I think that was Wohlers that came in. 21-3 here, and the Wildcats trailing the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have scored in every inning. They had 5 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third, 7 runs in the fourth, and so far here in the fifth with 1 out have scored 4 runs, and they've got bases loaded and threatening here again in the top of the fifth, or continue to threaten in the top of the fifth, Brian.
4 home runs in that
in that 4 home runs in the fourth inning, yep. Home runs by Burdette, by Lucero, by Curran, and Brody Black. All 4 of those young men had home runs. All right, here we go now. Jake Ulick on the hill for the Wildcats in relief. And he is going to face A.J. Kostick. Once in a while, Jake will throw a knuckleball, but I don't know if bases loaded is the opportunity time to throw it. He tries a breaking pitch and gets strike 1 on the inside corner. I don't think Jake will throw that knuckleball with bases loaded.
I'm going to say no on that one, Joe.
So the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 right down the middle. Caught. Kostick looking at that one.
Ulick coming out throwing strikes. That's what you want to see.
That's what you want to see. Jake toes the rubber and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Sander hangs on to it. First out, number 2. So Ulick comes in, gets an important strikeout here now for the Wildcats as the Buccaneers have batted around. So
3 nice pitches there by Ulick, getting him to chase on the third there.
So Velasquez comes back up for the Buccaneers, his second at bat in this inning. Swings and misses on the first pitch. So 4 strikes here delivered by Jake Ulick coming in from center field. As Brian said, 3 nice pitches there from Jake, and he's got the 4th one on Velasquez, and there's pitch number 5, but that's outside for a ball. So
just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike to Wahpeton native Jake Ulick. Sanders sets up on the outer half. Velasquez takes inside. Ball 2, 2-1. We're in the top of the 5th. 2 outs as Jake Ulick faces Ian Velasquez. Outside, ball 3. No room at the end, as they say. Jake got to see what he can do here about taking care of Velasquez himself or just getting the ground ball or fly ball out. That one's behind him, so that's ball 4. And Ulick issues the walk to Velasquez.
After a good start, lets one slip by there.
Yep. So the bases remain loaded. And coming to the plate is Brody Black, the right fielder. Had a home run in his last at bat, Brian, in the 4th inning. Had a double in the 2nd inning. And sacrifice fly in the 1st.
He's had a good day at the plate, but he's done well in the field as also. Couple good catches out there in right field.
Mm-hmm. So Ulick falls behind in the count now. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Bases are loaded. There, Ulick got the call strike, so the count evens out at 1 ball, 1 strike to Brody Black. 22-3. Ulick delivers the 1-1 pitch, foul back into the net. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And still a nice crowd here at John Randall Field today for game number 2. Breaking pitch just didn't quite come down into the strike zone for Jake, and the count evens out at 2-2. Still got about 20, 25 people sitting here in the permanent seats down below us. A lot of people on the baselines. That one comes inside. That one didn't break as much as what Ulick wanted it to. And the count's full with bases loaded, so the runners will take off on the pitch. With Ulick in the windup, they'll get a good jump. Shakes the first one off and delivers. Driven right back up the middle, right back up the hole for Brody Black, and that's going to be 1 run across and 2 runs come across as the merry-go-round keeps on turning for the Buccaneers.
Just tough outs, Joe. I mean, they just do such a good job at the plate of working the pitcher, and then when they get one that they like, they're able to drive it right into the hole. They're right up the middle, and just not much you can do. I mean, if you're hitting the ball where they're not much you can do on defense.
7 runs in the 4th, 7 runs in the 5th. Ulick delivers. Toussaint rips that one foul, just fouled by about 3 feet down the right field line. Toussaint got a hold of that one, but just couldn't quite keep it fair. A little bit too far ahead of it, Brian.
Yeah, fortunately, that would have put another run on the board.
Oh, at least, yeah. Standing at first base, Brody Black. Standing at third base, Ian Velasquez. 7 runs across the plate so far here in the 5th inning for the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers spoiling homecoming 2021 style. As Ulick delivers the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Toussaint. Homecoming 2020 was postponed due to COVID issues. There was no football season last year for the Wildcats, so they moved it to this spring.
Uncharted territory here for homecoming. You got baseball for the first time in a long time in science.
Swing and a miss by Toussaint, and the side is finally retired for the Buccaneers with the third out. But, however, in the top of the fifth, the Buccaneers do some more damage and score 7 runs in the top of the fifth. They lead the Wildcats 24-3 as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Coming up next after these messages right here on Three Borders Sports Network. The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all area sports teams the best of luck this year. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the Daily News and the News Monitor. Keep up with local news, sports stories, and personal interest stories in our papers. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for more information about our e-newsletter right at your own computer. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes all of the teams the best of luck this season.
What matters is you finding the right college for yourself. And so I transferred to NDSCS. I love the fact that people are always nice to you and you make a lot of great friends. My name is Dawafi and I am here for my future.
Well, Brian, you're right. That is number 12 on the hill for Dawson Community College. And I have no number 12. Ty Volmer, he said. Is that what Art said?
It sounded like it.
So let me see what number he was supposed to be.
Or is he just not listed?
Oh, there he is. He's number 15 on the roster. Ty Volmer was listed as number 15, but he's wearing number 12. So PA announcer Art Gracco says that is Ty Volmer, so we're going to go with that.
We are going to go with that.
So you were right, man. Number 12 was in the pen. Your eyes are better than you think.
Never doubt me, Joe.
Man.
Never doubt me.
That's what a good producer and technical and color analyst does. He spots things for his play-by-play guys. So that's going to bring Jake Ulick to the plate for the Wildcats here, trailing now in the bottom of the fifth, 24-3. The Wildcats got to do some scoring here to keep this game alive. As Ulick dribbles that one down the third base line, foul.
Well, back in the fourth inning, he thought those extra runs, or third inning, sorry, I thought those extra runs were going to help Science out here.
Yeah.
And Dawson said, no way, we're going to tack on a few more.
Yeah, they answered with 14. 7 in the fourth and 7 in the fifth. As Volmer set to deliver. Straight overhand pitch, and that's fouled off by Ulick. Classic old school straight overhand by Volmer. And Volmer ahead in the count now. No balls, 2 strikes to Jake Ulick. Grips it and grinds it in his glove. Gets the nod from Toussaint and delivers. That one is a breaking pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You just kind of tell there, Volmer, the way he was kind of grinding it in his glove, he was going to throw a breaking pitch.
Going to get it just right.
Yep. The 1-2 pitch. That's going to stay fair as Jake Ulick dribbles that one down the third base line. Hustling over to get that one was Kostick, but he was hoping it was going to go foul, but it didn't. And it stayed fair. Jake Ulick gets the infield single.
I think somebody was grooming the line down there so the dirt was rolling the right way.
Yeah, because it looked like it was going to go foul, but it didn't. And it stayed fair for Jake to get a single in the infield. So Jake with good speed, hustling all the way down there, didn't give Kostick a chance, even if he would have been able to pick it up sooner than he did. That's going to bring up Isaac Loosemore, takes outside, ball 1. Lucy on the day in game 2, so far 0 for 2. Reached on an error and scored in the third inning. You don't see that much straight overhand like that anymore that Vollmer's throwing, Brian. You see a lot of three-quarter arm stuff coming nowadays, but this young man's coming straight over the top.
A little old school, Joe.
I guess so. Pickoff move to first base. Back foot was not on the rubber, so he can do that. 2-0 pitch to Isaac Loosemore. There's a swing and a foul back out of play. The count goes 2 balls, 1 strike. And that one rattled the new roof here at John Randall Field. 2-1 to Lucy.
No concessions, no free icy today.
No free ices today. No. As Vollmer set to deliver the 2-1 pitch. Swing, that was up high out of the strike zone, but Lucy thought better of it and swung at it, and now the count is even at 2-2. Lucy had a grand slam last games they played on Thursday night against Botno. He had a grand slam that night.
Well, we know he can do it at the plate.
There's one there, 2-hopper to short, and then it's going to be a tough play and an error over shortstop, and that'll allow Loosemore to reach. So runners at first and second as Lucy reaches on an error again.
Oh, hard hit ball, but should have been a routine, almost double play ball there.
Yeah, it was a 2-hopper hit to short. Again, folks, defensively, I don't know what the changes were, and we can't read the numbers from up here, so I don't know who the shortstop is after all those changes were made at pinch hitters. I don't know if the defense went back to the same or not, but now batting is Ben Dieber for the Wildcats, facing Ty Vollmer for strike 1. Alex Wolf due up next. Let's see, but my calculations, Brian, I think they've got to score 12 runs to stay in this game.
They've got to score a bunch.
Vollmer set to deliver. Toussaint tried to frame that one, didn't get the call. And again, with a runner at second base, the assistant coach is over at the bench calling out signals, a 3-digit number, and everybody looks at their cards and say, okay, here's the pitch. Vollmer delivers. Swing and a miss by Dieber. Ben Dieber singled in the third and scored. Flew out to right in his first at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Ben Dieber. Nobody out. Runners at first and second, so the infield fly rule is in effect. Umpire's call. Toussaint sets up on the outer half of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing, and there's a fly ball to right field. Got to come in hustling is the right fielder, and falls in for a base hit for Dieber, and we're going to send a run home. Here comes Ulick scoring all the way from second base for the run there. He kind of had to hold up at second base, Brian, because of that fly ball. But when it dropped, Jake turned the horses loose and came in and scored, and Dieber with the RBI single.
Yeah, he had to check to make sure that ball was going to drop, and then turn on the jets and able to score.
So Lucy ends up on third with his speed. Ulick scores with his speed from second base, and Vollmer gives up a run, and Dieber with the RBI single.
Surprised that Dieber wasn't able to make it to second there. I think on that throw in, he should have been on his way.
Yeah, I don't know what I wasn't watching him. I was watching the runners here, and I didn't see what he did as he rounded the bag at first.
Well, he didn't really round hard. He just kind of rounded like just a normal single, and on the throw, really didn't even make an attempt to go to second. But he could have easily made it there.
Mm-hmm. Vollmer's just off the plate. Ball 2. Alex Wolf at the plate. Doubled in his last at bat and was stranded at third. Grounded to short in his first at bat. 1 for 2 on the game. Alex Wolf started pitching in game 1. Vollmer comes high. Ball 3. Now it's 3-0. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Buccaneers. As Volmer set to deliver the 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4, just off the plate. As Wolf gets the free pass. It's going to bring up Braden Wall. Nope, excuse me, that's going to be Isaac Wohlers batting for Braden Wall in the designated hitter spot. So Isaac Wohlers comes in.
Wildcats loading up the bases here. Not going to go away quietly.
So Wolf at first, Deber at second, Loosemore at third. Wildcats got to get 11 more on the board to hang in this one as Volmer comes up high. One, 4, 5 was the call. Whatever that means. From the bench. Bases loaded for the Wildcats. They trail 24-4. Volmer brings in the strike as Wohlers watch that. "24 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for the Buccaneers. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Wildcats here in game number 2. We got one more coming at you right here in Three Borders Sports Network. Volmer delivers, high ball. So the count goes to 2-1.
Like to score some runs here. Give yourself some confidence going into that last game, knowing that you can get some things done at the plate.
So Isaac Wohlers pinch hitting here. Came in defensively in left field. In the pitching change when Hewlett came in. Fouls that one off into the tennis court behind us. So the count now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bases loaded for Isaac Wohlers pinch hitting here for Braden Wall. The 2-2 pitch from Ty Volmer. Comes up high. So the count's now full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded for the Wildcats, trailing 24-4. Volmer sets. Looks at Dawson and delivers. Swing and a pop fly to right field. Coming in for that one and making the catch for the out and tagging from third and coming home to score. And he calls him out. Oh, boy. I thought Lucy was underneath that one, Brian. I'm not going to say any more than that.
A heck of a throw there. Almost cut. Tucson able to just take it and make the tag there. And the umpire calls him out. Very close play at the plate.
So Toussaint puts the tag on Loosemore. I might watch that one once or twice tonight to see that one.
Black still out there making that throw from there?
I don't know who is out there. If he stayed in the game, that was Brody Black. It kind of looks like him out there.
Nice throw.
It was. Right on the mark to
Whether
Toussaint.
he was safe or out, it's just a great throw.
Yeah, it was. Ben Welly at the plate now. 2 outs for the Wildcats. Welly files behind Volmer now, 0-1. So Volmer got the pitcher's best friend to double play the unconventional way. Fly ball and throw him out. Volmer delivers. High, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 run across the plate here for the Wildcats, trailing 24-4 in the bottom of the 5th. We'll come right back after the completion of this game for our Richland IFC postgame show. And then we'll take a short break and we'll come back for game number 3 between these same 2 teams. The 1-1 pitch. Low. Toussaint does a nice job stopping that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Welly so far on the day 0 for 2. He's got 2 strikeouts. looking to make amends for himself here. Ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Outside, ball 3. Missing just off the plate is Ty Volmer. Came in relief here in the 5th inning. Behind in the count now to Ben Welly, 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Gets the sign from Toussaint and sets. High, ball 4. So another free pass here for the Wildcats. Loads the bases once again. And Grant Sander comes to the plate with a couple of strikeouts himself, looking to amend his ways so far today. Those guys look a lot warmer out there in the sun than we are up in here.
Well, the sun makes a big difference, Joe. Plus, you're moving around. And
yeah. Zach Manock was walking to the restroom when I was between games, and he said he wasn't even wearing an undershirt underneath his jersey. And it's like, dude, really?
When you're young, Joe, you can do crazy things like that.
I said, Zach, it's cold out here. Oh, I don't even have a T-shirt on underneath. It's like, holy cow, man. 1 ball, no strikes to Grant Sander, the catcher for the Wildcats here in Game 2. Fulmer sets, takes a deep breath, then releases. There's a ground ball to short. Easy ground ball to second for the out, and that retires the side as Sander reached on a fielder's choice, but the force out at second base retires the Wildcats here in the 5th inning. Just that quick. The Wildcats fall 24-4 here in game number 2, and we'll be right back with our Richland IFC postgame show coming up next right here on Three Borders Sports Network.
Wahpeton Drug and Gift on Dakota Avenue in Wahpeton is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. Lori Strauss and her team have over 60 years of combined pharmaceutical experience. In addition to prescription medication, you can also find all of your over-the-counter pharmaceutical needs as well. Wahpeton Drug and Gift has a huge selection of home decor, gift ideas, and always free gift wrapping. You can find something for everyone at Wahpeton Drug and Gift, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 6, and Saturdays, 9 to 2.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
Around here, every town is a sports town. And why not? Sports were important to us growing up, and we want the same for our kids. To get involved, because that's how kids learn to lead. And why Farmers Union Insurance supports these programs. Farmers Union Insurance. They don't just protect our community, they invest in it.
The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all area sports teams the best of luck this year. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the Daily News and the News Monitor. Keep up with local news, sports stories, and personal interest stories in our papers. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for more information about our e-newsletter right at your own computer. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes all of the teams the best of luck this season.
NDSCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. For sure, I'll look back at all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
Richland IFC works closely with their producers to utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity. Richland IFC is dedicated to working with their growers through relationships based on longevity and mutual benefits for all parties involved. Richland IFC and its producers utilize superior cropping and processing systems that yield products and ingredients of the highest quality and integrity for food manufacturers. Richland IFC proudly supports all local sports teams. Red River Communications in Abercrombie, North Dakota is a leading-edge communications cooperative offering internet service, phone, digital TV, wireless internet, and cellular services to the area. Red River Communications is excited to expand our fiber internet service to Wahpeton and Breckenridge. Notably, this will be one of the largest fiber-to-the-premises projects ever undertaken in our area. Fiber will enable us to provide the highest quality communication services within the Twin Towns. Red River Communications. Welcome back to John Randall Field here in beautiful Chihinkapa Park. I'm Joe Schreiner, joined by Brian Watson. Welcome back to Three Borders Sports Network, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Richland IFC, innovative food crops from the rich lands of the Midwest. Richland IFC, our postgame sponsor. Brian, the Wildcats fall 24-4 in a 5-inning game. The Buccaneers unofficially with 24 runs, 14 hits, and committed 2 errors. The Wildcats 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. But just an offensive display here with 6 doubles and 5 home runs here for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, there's certainly a couple of miscues, errors, but Dawson showing that they can really stroke it at the plate. Not only hitting for ground balls and just hitting to get the ball in play, but they hit for power as well in both games that are just smashed off the wall. If they just get lifted just a little bit, those carry out as well. But Dawson doing everything that they can to score runs and scoring bunches, innings at a time, a couple innings with 7 runs. Just not much you can do to hold them off. Science doing the best that they can, but you certainly got to bring your A game if you're going to compete with the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, Jake Rieker getting the start. JoJo Schultz coming in, got an inning, and then Ty Volmer pitched an inning and finished it off for the Buccaneers. So the 3 guys divided it up there for the win here as they defeat the Wildcats 24-4. And looking at the scorebook here for the Wildcats, Ben Deeber had a couple of RBI with a couple of singles, and Alex Wolf had a double and an RBI for the Wildcats as well. And that is about the excitement here for the Wildcats as we go to game number 3 of our triple header today, Brian.
Yeah, just, nice to see the Wildcats get on the board. They weren't able to get on the board in the first game. It took them a while here in the second game, but you get some runs, so you know that you can get some things done at the plate. In this third game, we'll see how the pitching goes, because that's kind of been the story of the first 2 for the Wildcats. And see if you can clean up a few of those miscues that they've had, a couple throwing errors. And just in the last inning here, I thought there was a base running error there where they could have advanced to second. Not that it makes a difference in the score of the game, but you still want to do those things that you're going to need to do later on in the season and other games. You still want to make the correct calls and the correct moves. So you just got to learn with each play and get better. And even though you're behind, you have to figure out a way to struggle out of some of those situations so that you can, again, call on those and use those when you really, really need them, when you're in a jam and you want to get out of it. You just got to keep that mental state and forget about the plays that have already happened and just continue to play the game.
So we'll see in game number 3 if the Wildcats can forget about that here and do the mental thing right, like Coach Watson just said here and described that. That's what the Wildcats got to do. By the Buccaneers, Brody Black, Brett Curran, Seth Lucero, Nate Burdett, and my 5th one was where? I'm lost here. I lost my 5th one. There it is. Nope.
Cortese?
Did I say Cortese? Maybe I didn't. Nope, Cortese with the other one. Dawson Cortese. Yep, he was the 5th one. I thought I had them all lined up there, folks, and was going to go right ripping through that, Brian, and I missed it. So